The Manitou Hydroelectric Power Plant is located in Manitou Springs, Colorado. It began operation February 15th of 1905. It was a private enterprise started by two fellas, George Taft and William Otis. They had both just completed a steam power plant in Colorado Springs and got permission from the city fathers to utilize the water coming down from Pikes Peak that was used for domestic purposes to generate electricity. It's a small little piece of the puzzle, but it's a very efficient and very inexpensive piece of the puzzle. It has no fuel to burn, and the machines are much more efficient than a steam power plant could ever be. Hydropower is such a good, clean, efficient, green way to make electricity. It's a good way to add our portfolio to take and tell our ratepayers that we try to do our absolute best and be efficient with the resources we have. And other plants in the world learn from the things that happen at Manitou Springs Hydro. If I traveled back in time and talked to George Taft and William Otis, they would not at all be surprised their plant's still in operation. I think that's one thing I like about the old plants is they were designed with the idea in mind that this is going to be here to serve the people of Colorado Springs for as long as possible. My name is Chris Thompson. I'm an operations supervisor for remote energy plants for Colorado Springs Utilities.
Here to accept the award on behalf of Colorado Springs Utility is Chris Thompson, Remote Energy Operations Supervisor.
Well, thank you very much for nominating and inducting Manitou Hydro Plant into the Hydro Hall of Fame. We at Colorado Springs Utilities are very honored by this recognition. Manitou Hydro has been a very faithful servant for 112 years. It has gone from being the main plant for Colorado Springs to a tiny piece of a much larger system. Manitou Hydro was designed and built by a very talented engineer by the name of George Taft. He received permission to build the plant and use the city's water to generate power by the city's fathers. In addition to being the world's highest head plant for many decades, there were other innovations first put into place at Manitou Hydro, including pneumatic circuit breakers that were designed and built on site. Throughout its life, Manitou has been expertly operated and maintained by generations of devoted employees, which is why it's still operating today. Currently, there's a small group of skilled operators of what is called the Remote Energy Group of Colorado Springs Utilities that operate and maintain not only Manitou Hydro, but all four of Colorado Springs hydroelectric power plants. It is because of their hard work and ownership of the plant that I'm standing here before you today. Thank you very much for this honor.